What's up, everybody? It is your boy Mugthadude here, and we are back with some Hero Coliseum, guys. Now, in my last video, hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your family, this team can attack everybody. I said, what do you think my channel should be about? Should it be about gameplay? Should it be about team building? Should it be about rank? Should it be about me just messing around, making category-type teams like I did Realm of Gods, I did Patara, take team suggestions, stuff like that. Or just discussions in general about the game. First of all, I have a bug on my controller. Don't mind that. I love this figure, by the way. But we'll talk about him later, because he is going to be in today's video. Today we're going to be doing team building, if you haven't guessed by the title, or you haven't guessed by the thumbnail. I'm going to be doing a team building video. Shout out to KCK, shout out to King Baller, I believe. Big Baller or King Baller, I forget what his name is. And then shout out to Vegeta Ultra Instinct. Yes, he's on YouTube, bro. You guys said something about team building, so I'm going to do a team building video, guys. Now, the first thing I want to discuss when it comes to team building is, what do you want to do with your team? Like, what is the basis of your team, like as in like a theme? But I don't mean like Patara, I don't mean Super Saiyan, I don't mean like waifu. I mean, what do you want to accomplish with your team? As in, do you want to lower attack? Do you want to raise speed? Do you want to have a speed type team to beat speed decks? Do you just want a fast, hard-hitting deck? Do you want a defensive deck that still has options to become fast through a one-skill figure or through just beating them in speed? Because I literally just played a player match, and I just beat somebody because I used Golden Frieza continuously to lower their speed, and they had a defensive team. And in the future, going first meant something. In the future, it meant that I was going to win the game. And I had to go first, and I managed to go first, and I won the game off of an ult. Shout out to whoever that was, if you remember who that was. I don't know. I used Rose. Comment down below if that was one of you. But, by the way, RNG made me win that game. I'm not even going to front. RNG made me win that game, guys. But today I'm going to be doing the theme of hard-hitting but moderately fast team build. So it's to more than likely to outspeed defensive decks if you have the option to. Two, it needs to be able to counter vados and whis. Now, some decks are made to counter vados, some decks are made to counter whis, some decks are made to just counter Toa, which that's not what this is going to be about, because as you guys can't tell, I've gotten rid of every single Toa. I'm done using Toa. I just can't stand her. I'm done. I've rid myself of Toa. I'm going to still use vados because she's still super counterable, which I'm going to show now. So, guys, the first character that comes to mind when I think of when it comes to countering defensive decks, DualShock 4 Can You Knock, is Champa. Honestly, where'd he go? He's right here. Yeah, and I'm going to be making a speed deck, so obviously I'm going to be using the faster version. Now, you have two options with skills here on this type of team, in my opinion. You go ET, ult ET always. Always ult ET. And then two, you can go attack up A or ADM up A, or attack up A and ADM up A both. Now, I'm going to be using speed up A just simply due to the fact that just in case if I need to beat somebody in speed, it's going to happen. So, ADM up A and... yeah, ADM up A and speed up A. Makes him hit 10% harder, makes everybody on the field hit 5% harder, which means they're going to be hitting 10% harder because he doesn't give it to himself, he gives it to everybody else around him. And then speed up A plus 250 makes sure everybody gets that 500 speed, just in case you're crunch for speed. There you go. So, guys, Champa is going to be making everybody take plus 30% damage taken by all opponents on the field when he goes top middle. So, we're going to go over his stats a little bit. Great attack, low HP, great defense, decent speed. So now, in order to complement Champa, you need to have a hard-hitting figure so that when he's making them take 30% more damage, they are feeling when you hit them for 30% harder, when they're taking 30% more damage. Now, one figure that isn't used enough, and it's not UI Goku and it's not Jiren, is this beast of a figure. I don't understand why nobody uses this figure. He's a monster. Do I have this deck still? I got rid of that deck. I did get rid of that deck. I had a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and a Blue Gogeta deck. And that deck was crazy. I love that deck. But this deck, I truly believe is busted. I believe that the deck I'm about to make is busted. Because Super Saiyan got Super Saiyan Gogeta when he's in his trigger square and he gets to go first. Plus 20% to own damage dealt and to ignore decreases the damage opponent takes when you go first. Which means he ignores a whis. He counters him just being on the field when he goes first. Which is busted. He's crazy. Plus, the up A skills that he's going to be getting from everybody else in the team will be making him do 30% more damage. And he's going to be ignoring decreases to damage dealt. Now, why is that a big deal? Because this figure is crazy busted still. He ignores the damage reduction effects when attacking. So I'm doing 10% less damage. He counters that. You can't lower the percent at which he's the damage he's going to be doing. He is going to be hitting 30% harder no matter what. This man will be making sure you take the max amount of damage. You can't use a whis, you can't use anything. You can use a Super Saiyan 4 Goku against him, and you can use like a Super Saiyan, Super Gogeta, and you can use Evolution Blue Vegeta and Super Vegeta if you go second, and Super Gogeta if you go second as well. That's how you counter him, and you lower that 20% gradually and stuff like that. I'm not going to steer away from this guy. Let's keep going. Plus 20% to your own damage dealt. That's crazy. On top of that, Chomp is making everybody take 30% more damage, which makes me believe that he's already countering a whis. But if he ignores the whis, and he's making everybody take 30% more damage, does that mean that whis is taking 30% more damage just because Chomp is on the field? I don't think that's how it works. I'm going to test it right now, actually. I'm going to be using this deck, and it's not going to be on camera. I just want to see if this works. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I'm going to put the deck on the internet, and we're going to play with it. But Champa and Gogeta are just crazy. Now, if there's another figure that screams going first because he has moderate amount of speed and he hits like a truck, you have to think about Super Vegeta as well. This man, guys, these three figures together are something special. He's making them take 30% more damage, no matter what. Even if he's on, even if you don't go first or second, he's still making them take 30% more damage. When he goes first, he hits 20% harder. When he goes first, he makes everybody take 10% more damage. So you're taking 40% more damage plus Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. I said that weird. I wanted to say Super Saiyan got Super Saiyan, but I know my mouth wasn't going to work there. Had to improvise. But he's 10 out of 10. I should have just put this. I should have just put the last dupe into his. I shouldn't have put that dupe into his HP. I don't know why I did that. But he's making them take 10% more damage as well. So they're taking 40% more damage in an ideal world without whis, and they're just a vados team. He's hitting for 20% more damage. On top of that, they're taking 40%, which is crazy. Not to mention, this man has a higher attack stat than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So he's actually doing 10% more damage. He's doing 10% more damage. He's doing 30% more damage, guys. And you have a moderate amount of speed, because that's another thing. If you do run into a speed team with this, you do want to be able to, like, not have to worry about going first sometime. So the next figure, and I know you're going to say, Muggs, you always use this figure. And I'm going to put her on just in case I do, but I'm going to show you a version with Videl. Now, she lowers defense by 30%. Defense and speed, which is beautiful. She counters defensive teams and she counters speed teams. You just have to use Videl sometimes, and it works every time. So I have 3 dupes into her speed. I want a 10 out of 10 her, because if I do, she will have 4,500 speed, which is like, that's just beautiful to me. But she lowers defense by 70%. It's 35% actually. Shout out to Unleashed. I remember when that first came out, I was like, bro, she's the worst. She is the most toxic character in the game. Turns out it's not 70%, guys. It's 30%. So, plus I will be talking about skills again. Speed up A, ADM up A, speed up A. Actually, for you, I'm going to put turn up skills on just simply due to the fact that if I want to get an ult, and if I'm going to get an ult, I want to at least be able to try and get one, because ult up ET skills are so good now that you almost have to be running them. You have to be running ult down ET, ult up turn 4, and ult down turn 3 or 4. Because I've started to do that now. I'm slowly going to be doing that with all my characters. Is throwing an ult down 4 in there, or ult down 4 and an ult down 4. 2 ult down 4s. It'll work perfectly. So Videl is a great option for this team because she goes bottom middle, so she can be blocked by the Champa. She can go top right, so she can be supported by the Vegito from behind. I know what you're going to say. You can put Super Vegito bottom right, her top right, Blue Gogeta top left. So I'm going to be lowering Vados' defense by 35%. He's going to be hitting 20% harder. He's going to be making her, or whoever's getting hit by him, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, by 10%. To me, that is absolutely disgusting. Like, Champa makes it even worse. Lowering defense by 35%. Making them take 30% more damage. Making them take 40% more damage. Or doing 20% more damage to a character that is having done to them plus 30% damage dealt. Plus 30% damage taken. Which is crazy, guys. So, And the reason I'm choosing them is because, one, they have great speed, 4,140 speed. That's insane. Like, I know he has low HP, guys, but think about it. If you're always going first and you're always killing with this figure, you never have to worry about his HP, ever. It's just a fact. You don't have to. But if you double stack, it's possible that he can die. His attack is 7,560, and his speed is 3,000. I plan on 10 out of 10ing his speed, so he can be a figure with 4,000 speed and 7,500 attack. I think that would be beautiful. Or I might go 8,000 attack and 3,000 speed. Comment down below what I should do with the Gogeta. Should I go 5 and 5 or all 10 into speed? Comment down that below. You'll be the judge of that. And then he has a crazy amount of attack, just like him and him. No, not you. Him, and him all have crazy attack. He has good defense, just in case I do need to protect the Videl, and say they're running the classic Piccolo, vados top right, and then somebody behind the vados. He might be able to tank a Piccolo that has ADM up SCC. Maybe. I'm pretty sure he would because he has 4,000 attack, doing 20% more damage. He still has 2,000 defense regardless, so minimum he's going to be taking like 2,000 damage. But he'll still tank that. He has to hit for 4K in order to kill him. Or he has to hit for... What does he have to hit for? 2,100, I believe, right? No. 2,100 would make you... No, you got to do a lot more than that. I just realized this. You got to hit for like 2,500 almost. Yeah, you got to hit for like 2,500 almost. Or... I don't know. I can't do the math. At least 2,000, actually. 2,000, I think, is the number you need to hit for. Or fourth... I don't know what I'm doing. You need it for 2,000 because then he's going to be down to 1,900. Right? No, you need to hit for... I'm stumped here. Enough of that. I'm going to edit. Alright, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Something was going on and I needed to fix it as soon as possible. My space is slowly going down, so thank God I made space. But, as I was saying... He has a crazy amount of attack, decent amount of HP, and decent amount of defense. Videl just has speed, but the main reason she's there is, one, her defense is actually pretty solid. 1,500 defense is crazy. It's actually really good for a speed figure. DualShock 4 needs to chill out. And then her speed's good, her attack is It's still decent, though. And everybody's being made to do 10% more damage by the up A skills, just being on the field, as long as they have 2 other people with them, guys. Now... You can take out Videl, but I'm going to keep her in just for one. I'm going to keep her in just because I think she's the corner piece of the team outside of Champa. But I want to emphasize Blue Gogeta a lot. So he goes top left, top right. So Vegito goes bottom right, guys. What I like to do is I always like to have a figure that can go behind Blue Gogeta because he's going to hit hard. So maybe that figure can either be a slower figure that can clean it up, that just hits a little less hard than him, or just hits hard, but it just doesn't have enough speed to cut it. Or be the first person to hit, and then Blue Gogeta cleans it up because he just hits obnoxiously hard. So Super Saiyan Super Vegito is faster than him, and he's going to hit hard no matter what. Same thing as him. I used to have a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta setup, but now I have a Blue Gogeta setup. I used to have a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Blue Gogeta setup, and after the second turn, at the second turn, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be fast enough to hit first, make them take 15% more damage, and then he would get to hit after Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and just do an absolutely disgusting amount. But guys, let's think about bottom left figures who have a decent amount of attack and obviously a decent amount of speed because you want to emphasize speed as well because you need to go first. He isn't terrible, but he is just a strictly an 01 skill character, and I don't really like to use 01 skills. I just think it's a little... I just don't like using them. I just can't stand them. Now, another figure I was thinking about is what would that do to my speed if I actually put him on the team? My fastest rotation would be her, him, and probably him if I did the thing I was about to do. But I don't want to do that. I want to put somebody moderately fast. I was thinking about God Goku. Because God Goku goes bottom left, he gains 700 attack per turn, and he does hit moderately hard. You could use Fu in this situation, where once he lowers his speed in half, he still has 3,000 speed. That's still decent, but I have up SCC skills on him. Why? Do I not have him on a team? I don't have him on a team. I'm still not going to use Fu, though. There's not a lot of bottom left characters. There's God Goku, there's Jiren, but I don't want... I guess I could use 01 skill Jiren, because he does have more attack, and he is going to be gaining more attack than Future Gohan, just in case Future... And that's if nobody dies, because Future Gohan gains 500 attack, 1,000 attack per death on the team. I don't really know, dude. There's nobody that goes bottom left. Yo, Rebrand's the GOAT, though. Placed on a trigger score for plus 20% to own damage dealt, minus 10% damage taken, and plus 500 attack on 350. Yo, she's a good support character. She's making everybody have 500 more attack. That's actually not bad. And they're making them 300. Yeah, but with a speed team, that's really iffy, honestly. That's really iffy. Ooh, he's good, but he's not as fast as Vegito either, for bottom right at least. I don't honestly know, guys. I'm actually baffled for once. Let's build this team together, because that's what we're doing. But I honestly don't know who goes bottom left that's decent. You're pretty decent. You have a decent amount of speed. You are making them lose 1,000 attack per turn as well. So that's actually pretty solid. But Trunks, oh no, we're putting Trunks. We're putting the attack version of Trunks on. Because I love this. I love this Trunks. This version especially, because let's talk about this. This dude is busted. I love this character. HP is 5650, and I'm actually going to break him down. 5650. Attack is 5330. Defense is 1740. Speed is 3460. Podium skill is the power of hope. Place on a trigger for plus 1000 to your attack and speed, and minus 30% to your damage taken by your master. Stacks during that turn only. So not only, guys, is he going to be gaining 1000 attack, which is going to be making him have 6300 attack, 6330 instead of 5330, and then he's going to have 4460. 4460 speed instead of 3460 speed because of 1000 attack. Plus, because of the 1000 speed. Plus, guys, he's making your master take 30% less damage just in case you do need to run a 2-lane setup, which is with this team, you're more than likely going to run a 2-lane setup. Now, another option, which I didn't do because I don't know why, actually, you're just going to hit harder and you're faster. You actually have the same exact speed once the buff is off. So, I'm going to just use God Goku. Yeah, I'm going to just use God Goku instead, because one, I like God Goku. I love God Goku. Plus 700 to your attack, plus 160 attack to all allies, so he is a support character. Plus, he's going to be gradually hitting 5% harder, so turn 3, if he's been on all 3 turns, that is a monstrous 15% damage buff, damage dealt buff, on top of the fact that if he's on the field with 2 other characters, he will have a 10% buff for 25%, guys, on top of the fact that he makes everybody take 30% more damage. So if you have him, and him on the field, that is they're taking 40% more damage, and he's going to be dealing 25% more damage. This team, and it is fast. So that's another thing, guys. Back to like the whole concept of team building. You have to think about all options when it comes to team building. Like, what if you do run into, instead of a vados team, you do run into another Videl team? You need to be able to be prepared for all situations in this game. So my fastest rotation will be these 3 characters, no matter what. God Goku, Videl, Vegito. That's 41. I'm going to go off of up A speed activates. Speed up A activates. That is going to be 4640 speed, plus another 500, which is 4300 speed. 4320, right? I'm thinking it's 4320. Yeah. And then 4960. So that means you're going to have like basically around 14,000 speed, I believe. 13 to 14,000 speed. Plus you have her to lower speed by 30%, just in 35%, I believe it is, just in case the other speed team is not fast enough to beat you. And overall, guys, this is a process I kind of go through. I kind of pick and choose, and over time I kind of rebuild a deck. Like, look at this deck. Super similar. You have the speed version instead, because this deck is to not only deal damage and be able to take out a defensive team if possible, him, but also be able to outspeed another team. This is the team I beat Sun Santana with in my craziest comeback ever. Go check out that video, guys. It is me versus Sun Santana in the best of 7. He won the Tournament of Mugs. Shout out to you, brother. And then I had to play him. I had Toa on this team, and I took her off because I don't use Toa anymore. So damage dealt, fastest rotation. You can also use these 3, or 1, 2, 3. There's so many options with this team, guys. I've rebuilt this team 3 times, and I think I have the perfect setup now. This team I've built once, and I don't need to. This deck is currently being rebuilt. I need to get rid of that one. That team I'm never changing either, just because I love the team, and Chomp is back on it. And then Team 7 is that, and then Team 8 is that, guys. But this process, it is a long process. You're never going to have a perfect deck, I don't think, off rip. Unless you just are trying to counter a full speed team, for instance, and you are just trying to just outspeed them. Speed Videl, And then you just pick the fastest character. So you just do speed descending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you take out him, because honestly I think that's a poor pick, because he is I just like him better. I think he's a better figure. So right there you can make a speed team, but that's not going to be perfect, considering what if you run up against a defensive setup? You're not going to be able to do a lot of damage to that to that defensive setup. Just like if they don't have Toa, because obviously any of those characters get switched, that's big damage. But which I might need to make that deck now. I might need to keep that deck. But what if you run into a defensive team that doesn't have Toa, so you're not being able to get your speed switched with your attack? You just run into a vados whis setup. It doesn't matter. You're really not going to be doing that much damage, because you're getting your attack load by 30%, which means you are completely, absolutely screwed, and you're not going to be doing damage. It's just a matter of trading figures. You have to run a 2-lane setup at that point and try and kill vados or whis. Now, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys need any more team builds. What kind of deck would you like me to try and counter? Build for a counter? Build to just build it like highest damage team, highest potential damage team, highest defensive team, not highest defensive team, but highest like survivability team, because obviously there's the crazy and obvious picks, but there is some sleepers that will be able to help you survive a lot, guys. But that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. Guys, go check out the Discord. The Discord is in the description below always. I have finally done a custom figure series, and I have like 5 or 6 submissions. I want to be able to get to 10, because I want to be able to make it like a short, quick thing in a video. So if I can get 4 more, guys, that would be absolutely amazing. But I love y'all. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. The deuces, everybody.